hit it and took it. Hey, good afternoon and welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to talk about trout fishing, and it's near and dear to my heart, and I say that because I grew up fishing for trout when I was a kid, preteen, teenager in Montana. I fished the lakes, I fished the streams, I fished the rivers. I enjoyed it. That's pretty much what started me on the fishing, other than my dad taking me out and catching my first catfish in Wyoming when I was about 8 years old. So you find a lot of videos on YouTube about fishing. This is a quick down and dirty. Why am I putting this video up? Well, I'm putting it up because I travel. I travel for dog shows, I travel for camping, I go different places, and these are kind of my go-tos. My go-tos when I'm in different places that I haven't fished. I don't know the rivers, I don't know the lakes, I don't know the streams. So I haven't been there. However, I will say this, I do my research. Before I go, I look at the area, see what they have to offer, and I look to see what type of fish are in the lakes and the streams and the rivers. So, I have one basic tackle box that I take with me. It's pretty compact, and I have a lot of different things in there, different types of lures, different types of presentations, but it's only a few. If you want to talk tackle boxes, I have 7 tackle boxes sitting in my garage right now. If I'm targeting one particular species, then I'll take that. But this is my general tackle box. It comes in handy. A short story, I went over to Spokane, Washington, and I was camping, and I took my kayak and I took my fishing, and I knew there were trout in the lake, and I knew there was probably going to be bass there and some bluegills. So, I'm going to go have fun with that. When I got there, I found out there was pike in the lake. I'd never fished for pike in my life. But I had a couple of Mepps Cyclops. They're pretty big. And I happened to have I had a 5-pack of steel leaders about this long, because I was told, yeah, they got teeth and they're going to bite your line off. So I threw those on there. If I didn't have a good time, I must have caught about 10 of them. They just towed me around in the kayak. It was super fun. I had a great time fishing for pike, and I can't wait to go back and just fish for them again. So yeah, I take my basic box, and these have been my go-to lures, and a lot of these lures are things that I've used since I was a kid. Things haven't changed. Fishing equipment and lures and things have evolved. I started out with a basic trout rod made by Shakespeare. It was probably the cheapest thing my parents could find. We didn't have a lot of money. If I wanted to bait fish, I had to go dig worms up in the backyard. It was very rare that I could scrape enough money to get a lure, and then I had to buy my fishing license every year. So, and speaking of fishing license, if you happen to be somewhere else out of state where you don't have a license, I highly recommend that you go down and at least get a day, week, or however long you're going to be there to make sure that you're legal. I also look up the regulations, because states differ and they vary by state. So I'm going to dive into my selection. I just put some basic lures here. So here we go. I'm going to turn this around and show real quick. I got a little bit of a lineup here. And I'm going to talk about them a little bit at a time. So my go-to always has been the rooster tail. So I can't tell you how many fish I've caught over the years on rooster tails, especially, these two have been in my tackle box for quite a long time. I probably should do some cleaning up, but, they come in various colors. But the fish really like these trout. They love them. These are a little bit different sized. They give me a little bit more weight. This is something more I might, troll behind a kayak, or I might bank fish with this one. Obviously, if I'm somewhere else, I'm probably going to bank fish unless I'm bringing the kayak. But rooster tails are great. If I've got a small creek, I might downsize. It's not really a rooster tail. It was a homemade one that I bought in a shop. It's kind of cool looking, but it's a lot lighter weight. This is great for smaller creeks. And, speaking of lure making, wow, what fun is that? I started making lures about 6 months ago, and I have just enjoyed it. I've actually been making a lot of salmon lures right now because where I live, everybody wants to fish for salmon. They're all over salmon is king here in the Pacific Northwest. But with the runs depleting and the more and more restrictions, I've been really branching out and looking at some other types of fishing. I'm going back to the trout. I'm going back to the bass. I found some places where I can crappie fish, and I just don't care. I just like to go out and fish. So the lure making is great, and I'll put a little link to my Etsy store if anybody's interested. So next one here, the Castmaster. These come in various weights and sizes. This is a great lure. If I'm not doing anything on the rooster tail, this works. I like a little bit more weight to them. As you can see, this one is well used, and I can't tell you how many fish I've caught on this one either. The red and gold one. But the blue and silver, gold, any of those, they just work great. I bought some of these. These are another spinner. They're got a pretty good weight, and you see it's a single point. I do a lot of catch and release, and so if I can get single points, I'll take them all day long. So these come in a variety of different colors. I've caught fish on all of these, gold, silver. And then my last one is spoons. Spoons always is another good go-to. This is a very small spoon. And again, I've got these larger ones. I have to dig this one out of my box because I didn't have it on there. I fished with these as a kid, and they still work today. So yeah, one box. The next thing I want to add to it is scent. I think you can use a lure all day long. You add a little bit of scent to it. It trails behind it. It attracts the fish. So there's all kinds of great scents out there. I haven't ran into anything that I haven't liked. Since I make my own lures, I started making my own scents, and the reason I did that is because it gets hot. Those bottles, you want to get a little drop, you end up with several drops. It's all over the place. It can be messy. So I thought, geez, somebody need to make something really simple that you can just rub on there. So I did. I make medicinal salves, and I applied my recipes and started making scents. So they come in a little 1 ounce container, and this one is this is the garlic and krill. You just rub your finger on it and then rub it on the lure, however amount you want. This lasts for a long time, and on my trials it's worked phenomenal. I'm not sitting here trying to promote my products because, again, any type of scent, you're going to be doing great. Lures work phenomenal. I would, hands down, if I'm traveling somewhere and I want to trout fish, I'm just going to go to a lure typically. Yeah, I can bait fish it. There's other ways. I'm not going to talk about bait fishing today. So with trout, a couple things is, change your color. If one color's not working, swap on another color. Change your scent. If that scent's not working, put a different scent on. Change the weight. Maybe you need to get down further. Maybe you need to just be on the top. Try different lures and change your position. Don't get stuck sitting in one spot. I will walk my lake. There's a small lake by my house. It's about a mile for my exercise. I'll take one of my rods down there. I'll take 4 or 5 different lures and a jar of scent, and take the dog, and I hit the spots all along that lake, maybe 10 if they're biting, and then I just keep moving on. So if you can do that, change position, change depth, change your color, scent, all of that stuff works great. It's very basic, very simple to use. And I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the footage when I was out in the kayak. It's a lot of fun. If you do enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button. And I'll look forward to sending you more videos in the future. Thank you.